OSI Sunday, we're getting you ready for the high school football playoffs.
Yeah, Ben, you know about the top seeds in Class A and B, but let's look now at the Class A bracket. Let's start with the top half. No surprise, Omaha North getting the #1 seed. The Vikings hosting Lincoln Southwest, who gets into the playoffs despite a losing record. Meanwhile, Omaha Burke earns the 4 seed and will host Lincoln Pius X on Friday. Moving down to the bottom half in Class A, Bellevue West hosts Lincoln High. Millard West, meanwhile, meets Papio South. And Creighton Prep hosts Norfolk.
So one of those big games from the bottom of the bracket, the 3 seed Millard North hosting the 14 seed Omaha Westside. An early start for this one on Friday, 4 p.m. over at Buell, but a pretty intriguing matchup for a 3-14 game. Just a couple weeks ago, Westside was a top 10 team in the class. Then the Warriors dropped 3 of their last 4 games, including this past Friday, falling to Norfolk in a close one.
The 4 seed Omaha Burke hosts the visitors from Lincoln Pius X, as we said. The Bulldogs are coming off a tough loss to Bellevue West in the regular season finale. Burke had a fourth quarter lead late in that one before falling to the T-Birds. We'll see how they respond with a first-round home game against Pius. The Bolts have lost 4 straight heading into the postseason, so Pius will definitely be hungry for a victory as well.
Another very interesting game on Friday night. Millard West, a very strong 7 seed. The Wildcats finished the season at 7-2. Those losses coming in close games against Bellevue West and Millard North. But Kirk Peterson's club still gets to host over at Buell Stadium the 10 seed Papio South, led by senior running back Finest Hampton. Will be a tough test for Millard West, who beat the Titans big 31-3 back in week 4.
Moving to Class B now, the top seed undefeated Elkhorn South squares off against Omaha Gross. Meanwhile, Blair makes the long trip out west to take on Scotts Bluff. And then on the bottom half of the Class B bracket, Elkhorn gets Norse Friday afternoon at Antler Stadium, and Omaha Skutt faces Bennington for the second week in a row.
Let's start with the 2nd seed in Class B, Gretna hosting the 15 seed Omaha Roncalli. The Crimson looking impressive in their regular season finale this past Thursday night, roughing up Ralston 28-6, but it was the Dragons doing the roughing back in week 4, handing Roncalli a 35-10 defeat.
Now another dangerous team to look out for in Class B, Omaha Skutt. The Skyhawks are always a contender come playoff time, and Matt Turman's team has reeled off 5 straight wins since a loss to Elkhorn. As for Bennington, they will have revenge on the brain. The Badgers were beaten by Skutt just this past Friday, 35-0 over at Moylan Field, so we'll see if they fare any better this Friday. Been a lot of good playoff games. What are you most looking forward to?
I think that Millard North and Westside game. Westside, a very good team throughout the season, had a tough end of the stretch to their regular season, but should be a good one against the Mustangs.
I think Norfolk versus Creighton Prep could be a very interesting first-round matchup. The Junior Jays looks pretty good all year, but the Panthers, they always come to play. Yeah, they definitely have some talent up there in Norfolk. Should be a good one as well. That's all the time we have here on Omaha Sports Insider Sunday. Thanks for staying up late with us. Huskers and Badgers next week. We'll have it for you next week. Thanks for tuning in.